Alright, today I'm going to be refurbishing this old desktop here that one of my buddies has been using for a while. It was starting to get kind of slow. Had them run some diagnostics on the hard drive, and it looks like the hard drive was dying. So, as we replace the hard drive, we're going to upgrade to a solid state, and then we're also going to upgrade the graphics card. So what we got in here right now is a 3rd gen i5 in there, which is just 4 cores. That'll still be good for gaming. And then this is an older GTX 660 Ti, so it definitely could use a little bit of upgrading. The RX 570 8GB will be a really nice upgrade to that. And then that's 16 gigs of DDR3 memory in there. Otherwise, everything's good. This is a pretty decent power supply. It's just, we gotta flip that fan around the other way and then get some dust out of it, and then we can kind of get into more details of everything that's in here. Now that most of the dust is cleared out, I'm pretty much just going to take it completely apart, and so I can flip the CPU cooler to the correct orientation, and then just kind of clean up some of these cables and tie them up, stuff like that, and then we can get the new parts in there as well, and we can start loading it up and testing it. I think I can just re-put the fan on this side, and everything is going to be okay. So I won't leave it that way unless everything's stable, but I don't think I'll need to actually take this off and reapply thermal paste. We'll just have to see. There it is, direct CU2 Asus graphics card. Pretty sweet. You can use up to 4 monitors now.
Good thing I only have one.
Yep. So now that the computer's all put together, I'll kind of show you what's going on in here. That's 2 sticks of 1333 DDR3 memory, 2 8GB sticks in there. This is some Rosewell 212 Evo-esque CPU cooler that seems like it's doing the job pretty nicely. And then we got this, I think this is a 90mm fan in the back. EVGA 650 GQ 80 plus gold power supply. That was definitely replaced. I know that one of them actually went out and I had to replace that not too long ago. So this is a new power supply in great condition, which is awesome. And then down here is the XFX RX 570 8GB. Should do a fantastic job for newer games and last a good amount longer, and should be a great pairing with the 3rd gen i5 as well. And then that's just a standard 2TB Seagate Barracuda drive, and then that's a 240 gigabytes light-on solid-state drive in there. And then, not sure what the chips on the motherboard is. It's got decent VRMs from what I can see, but it's not a K-SKU processor anyway, so not going to be overclocking at all. Not going to be upgrading the processor either. I'm assuming the next upgrade is probably going to be a complete overhaul of the motherboard and everything anyway. So the i5 is going to be the most powerful processor that's going to be sitting in that motherboard anyway, so that's not going to be an issue. Ran out of SATA cables. Poor DVD drive's not plugged in anymore. Bummer, I guess. Not many people are using them now anyways, so not too worried about it. And I do wish I was able to get a little bit better cable management in there, but unfortunately there's no room behind the motherboard tray. Just not going to work out at all. But airflow is looking good. Alright, I just finished running TimeSpy on this, and I'm pretty happy with these results. The 3rd gen i5 is definitely still able to hold its own here with a score of 2905 in TimeSpy on the CPU score end of things. This is the i5-3570, so it's a 3rd gen Intel processor. This came out in 2012. That is 4 cores, 4 threads, and it is boosting all the way up to 3.8 gigahertz on all cores, and then the base clock is 3.4, so it's got a little bit of headroom there. And the temperatures are really impressive. Right now it's staying right at about 50 C, just under normal load there, and then during the full load it only went up to about 60 degrees, which is pretty pretty impressive on the little Rosewell cooler that it's on right now, and then the RX 570 only went up to about 70 degrees, and that's in a little bit constrained of a case, so those are pretty good temps. And then 3730 is a very respectable score for a machine this age. Alright, just finished running Firestrike on here, got a 9758. A pretty respectable physics score again, got to 20 frames a second, pretty respectable, especially from a CPU from 2012. And then temperature stayed pretty good again. Firestrike tends to make the GPUs a little bit hotter in my experience. I guess that's just a DirectX 11 thing. Otherwise, CPU still perfectly good temperature all the way throughout. And then boost clock maintained through a good amount of it through the physics test. It looks like it didn't get to go up on all cores, but that's to be expected. Alright, well, it's about time to send this machine home. I'm glad I was able to breathe a bunch of new life into it. Should be working great and should play games for quite a bit longer now until it needs a new upgrade. I would love to play some more games on here, but unfortunately all I have is this 720p TV, which isn't going to give a very accurate representation of good gameplay or anything like that. I'm going to need a new monitor so I can test some games a little bit more properly, along with probably an external solid-state drive I could install a Steam library on with some popular games that you guys might want to suggest, anything like that. Otherwise, super fun build. I definitely have some parts lined up for some other builds and just other tweaks to older systems, so stick around. Thanks.